Well, hello and happy Monday, friends. I am popping in with another motivation tip as we start a new week. And I think it's a very important topic that I wanted to talk to you today about, particularly in our current environment, and that is the topic of stress. You may know that we have been in this endured kind of state in our globe that has really been quite taxing in many different ways for the majority of us. So I wanted to address that today and give you some support and encouragement to really dial into supporting yourself and some self-care practices to help navigate through these times. I realize that this may have the situation that we're in with this pandemic, this global pandemic or endemic, um, that it may become normal to you. However, what I am seeing in my practice around me, with my friends, with my family, is there is still this constant state of igniting our adrenal glands, the fight or flight mode, and predominantly still quite a bit of fear. So I wanted to address that. The stress response is absolutely beautiful, and it's innately there to protect us, our bodies, for survival. So being stressed and producing adrenaline to outrun danger is a really great thing that keeps us alive. But in this prolonged state, which we've been in for over 18 months now, of chronic low-grade stress, is really detrimental, not only to our psychology, physiology, but our mental and emotional capacity. So I really wanted to encourage you today, if you're feeling this way, one, know that you're not alone. And two, I'm hoping to give you some tips over the next few weeks of how to actually respond to stress and some tools and techniques to help you. So I was really torn today actually whether to talk about sleep or stress because they are so intertwined, and many people come to me for health issues, and as a nutritionist there's a variety of health issues, but you can imagine that most people come to me because well, I guess now that I deal with predominantly metabolic balance programs and life coaching, that most people come to me for mindset and overcoming eating patterns or balancing their hormones and or weight loss. However, there is still a myriad of variables that enter into that, into supporting people that are trying to lose weight or to lose fat. And honestly, stress is a really big contributor to the ability to not only be healthy, but also to burn fat and shed weight. So if this is you, if you maybe are not feeling stressed, but are stuck in this pattern where you're not able to lose body fat or move the scale in the direction that you want to, you may want to look at your stress levels. And interestingly enough, oftentimes when we're stressed, we think that, oh, we're not. We kind of handle it. We roll with it. One, we're women. We can multitask, and we think we've got stuff under control. We can balance a lot of things or juggle a lot of balls at the same time. So it becomes our norm. So oftentimes women don't know how deep into the stress rut that they actually are because it's just been a way of life. So one of the things that you can do, there are so many, but I just wanted to start very on a high level today to support your adrenals. First of all, understand cortisol levels are high. It's going to contribute to fat storage. You're not able to lose weight. So let that be understood first. So that might be something, as I said, to kind of check into if the scale isn't moving in the direction that you want to, or you're trying to do all the things, eat better, eat less, and work out more. That is actually a recipe for disaster. If you are already in a tax state, and particularly if you are in, around, or approaching or through menopause, because that just gives your adrenal glands one more thing to have to process and to deal with, because the ovaries have stopped functioning or starting to reduce their function. Now, the adrenal glands take on the role of what the ovaries were doing, producing estradiol, which is a form of estrogen, because the ovaries aren't able to do that any longer. So the supporting your cortisol levels and getting to a state where you can get out of the stress zone is really quite important. How do you do that? Well, there's not just a one and done kind of scenario, sadly. There's not just a pill you can take to make it go away. However, I suppose if there was one pill that you could take, it may start with mindfulness and meditation. I know that sounds very like a boring or uninteresting, or like, are you kidding me? But that really, practicing mindfulness and meditation really keeps us in the present moment and not anticipating what's going to be happening in the future, not thinking about the past, any regrets that we've had in the past, or what we could have, should have, would have done in the past. Mindfulness and breath work keeps us very much in the now. So that is a really great place to start. I would say the next place to start is, there's so many, but truly, all the taxing things that your body has to deal with is another layer of work or job it has to do. So that puts additional pressure onto the adrenal glands and increases stress, the cumulative stress on the entire system. So if you are over exercising or exercising too intensely, that can be a detriment, even though you're thinking you're doing the right thing, because you're stressed and the scale isn't moving, and you think the way out is to exercise more. And exercise, don't get me wrong, is absolutely imperative for the mind and the body, but you can do it at a moderate level, which is not overtaxing your system and adding more cortisol to the mix. Cortisol is a stress hormone. If you don't know, I'm sure you're aware of that, but just to reiterate. And eliminating offending foods. So offending foods would be things that aren't supportive. So we want to have nutrients, vitamins, and minerals that are contributing to our well-being, so that our body has the building blocks and the foundation in which it can balance itself. So you want to eliminate, first of all, you want to eat foods in their whole, real, natural state. So things straight from the earth, the way that they come from the earth. So unadulterated. Of course, they can be packaged. I mean, if you're buying green beans, they may be in a package, something like that. But things that have not been processed. So avoiding things with sugar, particularly sugar. Let's just start there for this week. Let's start with encouraging you to remove sugar and things that contribute to or convert quickly to sugar, which would be alcohol. So let's just start there. That would be my suggestion for now. Some real supportive ways that you can help your body. We'll dive deeper into sleep and some more techniques how to reduce stress. But I think these are tangible ways right now. If you can weave in even a few minutes every day for some breath work. It can be very basic breath work. If you need some help, drop me a comment below. I'll gladly direct you to some resources. Google, as you know, has a plethora of options. I do too. But breathwork and mindfulness meditation, even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes a day, every day, to stay in the now, to connect with your higher self, to be present, is really quite helpful and quite grounding. And as best as you can, eat whole, real, natural foods. And then thirdly, as best as you can, reduce or eliminate known stressors. And we'll start this week by looking at sugar and alcohol. I know. But honestly, if you are here and following this video or this group because you do want to see some health gains and you want to improve your wellness condition, your health overall, you cannot burn fat while you're drinking alcohol, any amount of alcohol. As you may know, alcohol converts very quickly to sugar. So that is an energy that our body needs to process very quickly and first. So when we have alcohol, that's what the body is tending to, is how do we process this additional sugar, liquid sugar, and it needs to be, if it's not going to be used as energy right away, it needs to be stored. And guess where it gets stored? As fat. So you cannot be processing and your body converting the energy that has just been taken in and burning fat at the same time. So those are my 3 tips for you today. I know that might seem a little overwhelming. However, start with one thing. That would be my suggestion. Small baby steps consistently over time is really where it's at. If you're already doing all these things, my suggestion to you is to prioritize self-care these days. And honestly, there are a plethora of ways of support. If you need some help, please DM me, private message me. I'm here to help you. There are different types of adaptogens, even homeopathics that can help negate and level out stress. There's tons of nutrients that can also do that as well. We'll dive deeper into those as the weeks go on, but it's really my intention to remind you to be gentle and to be kind to yourself and to make yourself the priority and carve in some time for you and for your level of stress. And I'm here with you. I know, even though, we think we're kind of through this, as you know, we're not through this. So this endured duration of stress is not supportive to any of us, and we are here together. And really, it's my hope and my deepest intention that we can support one another during this time. And I do believe we are stronger together, and particularly as women, that's what we are meant to do as a tribe, is to support one another. So please, you can feel free to use this platform. And if this isn't the right platform for you, reach out and support the people around you, and particularly your sisters, because we are very strong and tend to sometimes just push on through because we can. But I often think about this as the coconut, the tough exterior shell that most of us women have, or at least what I see. I see it in myself as well. I saw it in my mother. I saw it in my grandmother. But the inside is this gooey, soft, protected self, and that's really what we're protecting, is this exterior. So what you're seeing in someone else may be the strong shell, but inside they're feeling exactly the same as you. Or potentially the same as you, and we all need some love and kindness and caring support today. So that's my wish for you for this week, to be kind to yourself and to be gentle. I'm sending you much love as you venture onto this week, and much love to your cortisol levels, so that we can reduce it, so that you can be in a place of balance and ease, where your body can operate more optimally. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.